Hey, welcome to this episode where we are going to be looking at 11 plus preparation. I'm Jono from Atom Learning. I work on the content team here and I've got over 5 years tutoring experience. And today I'm going to share with you my favorite tips for 11 plus preparation. So what do you need to know? For 11 plus preparation, the things I'm going to go over today are which exam you are taking. Next, the preparation and some tips and tricks that I've picked up over the years. And then finally, I'm going to end by talking about how to keep motivated during 11 plus preparation. Let's do it. So the first thing is make sure you know which 11 plus exam you're taking. It'll either be a GL test or a CEM test. They do have differences. GL tends to be more practice paper focused when you're doing the preparation because there's a big bank of questions and they will get selected for the test. CEM tends to be a bit more knowledge based. So when you're preparing for that, you need to make sure you know the content really well. Practice papers are still important, but having a really good grasp of the key concepts on the exam will be important. Also, research the schools you're applying for. There might be school-specific tests. There might be other stuff like interviews or whatever it may be. But knowing which exam you're taking is going to be really, really important. And this ties in with preparation. So I'm going to start by talking about the English and Maths sections. These will feel quite familiar because they are based on the Key Stage 2 national curriculum. So you will have covered them with your teacher in school. The key thing to do here is to make sure you really hone in on topics that you find difficult. Don't just revise your favorite topics. If there's something you struggle with, now is the time to work on it and get better. It can be scary to work on something that you find difficult or something that you always get wrong, but through practice, you will get there. So the English and Math sections will definitely feel familiar. The reasoning sections, they can be a little bit more difficult because it will test a different part of your brain that isn't always covered at school. There are two types of reasoning. There is non-verbal reasoning, which looks at shapes, 2D shapes, 3D shapes, nets, cubes, all that kind of stuff. There's also verbal reasoning, which looks at things like vocabulary questions, so you need to know synonyms, antonyms, homonyms, all that stuff. It looks at codes and letter codes and how to crack sequences. There's also some logical and numerical reasoning tied in with verbal reasoning too. So there's a variety of questions and you need to be familiar with all of the different question types, okay? This will make exam day so much easier if you just know what's coming up. Now, let's have a talk about preparation. So, things you want to do for preparation, you want to be scheduling timed practice at regular intervals. Don't try and prepare for this exam right at the last minute. Start by doing, I don't know, 10 minutes a day, just 10 minutes a day of a topic that comes up on the 11 plus. You want to start this several months before your exam, 6 months to a year, I would say, and you want to be doing at least 10 minutes of preparation a day, okay? Yes, take some days off, take some weeks off when it's the holidays, but you want to be doing regular practice to keep all of the knowledge fresh. So scheduling regular practice is a really important part of your preparation. And again, don't just focus on topics you're good at. You want to be preparing for the exam holistically, so also be doing topics you find difficult. This ties into the next point, is to really hone in on problem topics and problem areas. You want to take what's called a granular approach to your 11 plus preparation. That just means being adaptive to how you are doing. So if you do a whole past paper and you find out you get all the fraction questions wrong, go and do a bunch of fraction questions and a bunch of fraction studying to make sure that you are fully clued up on that topic. Tools like Atom can be really good for this because they will give you granular breakdowns of how you're performing in each 11 plus mock test. So it makes it a lot easier to really hone in on those difficult areas. The next thing is to practice the exam in exam conditions. So you want to be doing them timed, you want to be doing mock tests, you want to be doing timed preparation because the time pressure will impact how you do on the day. So doing practice questions is great, but making sure you do them in a timed environment is really, really important. Mimic exam day, okay? So again, doing mock tests on Atom is great for this because you will have timed practice to do questions. So getting into that kind of exam mode is really, really important and can help you get prepared. Also, familiarizing yourself with the exam sheet that you're going to be filling in, or if it's an online exam, familiarizing yourself with the buttons that you're going to use. All that kind of stuff is really important because you don't want to be looking at an exam paper on the first day, on the day that you're doing the exam, okay? So making sure you do some practice and make sure you know what the exam paper is going to look like. And then finally, just be proactive in your learning, ask questions, get excited about it. Do you know what? Exams aren't fun, but it's a great skill to learn and a great skill to master. So ask questions, be intellectually curious and stay motivated. That leads to my last point. How do you keep motivated when you're preparing for the 11 plus? Well, there's lots of things you can do. You need to keep yourself healthy and keep yourself happy because preparing for exams, yes, it can be stressful, but honestly, it's not the end of the world. Things you can do, make sure you're getting enough sleep, at least 8 hours a night. Keep active, be doing exercise, go outside, go for walks. Maybe go for walks with your friends, go for walks with your family. Enjoy nature. If you like meditating, do some meditation, do some mindfulness. That can be a really good way to keep calm. And just remind yourself, do you know what? If you're working and you're studying for your 11 plus, you're doing amazing. You're doing something really, really amazing for yourself. You're putting yourself first. So keep motivated, eat healthy, lots of fruit, nuts. We've got lots of vitamins that are good for your brain in it. So keep motivated, keep yourself healthy, and just do, my key tip would just be short, regular practice, with giving yourself plenty of time to prepare for the exam. So these are my favorite tips that I found useful. I hope this was a useful run through. There's lots of other episodes that go over this kind of stuff. So make sure you have a little look. And if you head on over to atomlearning.co.uk, you can have a free trial and have a go at some of these questions, have a go at some mock tests and see where you're at. So thank you for joining me and catch you on the next episode. Bye.